Okay. So as we move on, we go from one major story to the other, and this one actually broke the other day. Um, and not shockingly, um, so he says The Rock is a sellout, but I do like them. I mean, yeah. I look. The fact is that Dwayne Johnson is doing damage control. That's all it is. He's doing damage control, and he didn't get what he wanted in DC. Okay, and he wasn't financially successful, so he's like, okay, let me go over that other franchise I know I was in, make up with Vin Diesel, and I can get my own movie, and that's exactly what he's doing. So yeah, I agree with you to a certain extent. So we go from one blockbuster, okay, to another, and so I'm talking about Indiana Jones. Now this came out the other day that Disney is now putting out all of the Indiana Jones films, um, and I should say these Young Indiana Jones television series. So they're putting it all out on the table. Of course, this is anticipation of June 30th, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And what they're doing is they want to make it readily available for people to do. And, look, I think that it's good. I mean, you look, you can watch these anywhere you want. So anybody who isn't too familiar with it, Disney and Lucasfilm, yes, the same Lucasfilm that does Star Wars, they own the rights to Indiana Jones. And that being said, this is why they wanted to try and wrap this up and everything else. So, um, this comes from Variety, and this actually came out yesterday, but I wanted to go into it. And it says Disney Plus now streaming the first four Indiana Jones movies, launches exclusive merch for United States subscribers. Disney is now going to be streaming the first four Indiana Jones movies starring Harrison Ford as the legendary snake-hating archaeologist action hero. The, the media company is looking to whip up the interest and for the theatrical release of the franchise's fifth and final installment, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Starting May 31st, which was yesterday, so it's currently on there as we speak, um, Disney subscribers can now stream Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, along with the television series The Adventures of the Young Indiana Jones. The upcoming Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny, which premiered at Cannes Film Festival earlier this month, opens exclusively in theaters on June 30th. Disney has not announced a premiere date for the film on Disney Plus. To promote the launch of the titles, the service, Disney Plus subscribers in the United States will receive special access to the Indiana Jones merchandise on Shop Disney from May 31st through June 8th, while supplies last, prior to sales opening to the general public on June 9th. United States subscribers can purchase the products at www.shopdisney.com/Indiana Jones and logging in with the Disney Plus credentials or navigating the Shop tab within the detail page of select Indiana Jones content on Disney Plus to scan a QR code or click on the link here in this article if you like which will direct them directly to the merchandise page on Shop Disney. So here's a description of the Indiana Jones title. Okay, Raiders of the Lost Ark, as I said, in the first installment, which won 4 Oscars, including visual effects and film editing, Indiana Jones is tasked by the United States Army Intelligence to track down the Ark of the Covenant. Temple of Doom, which was done in '84. Okay, after fleeing a nightclub shooting after being dropped out of an abandoned plane, Professor Indiana Jones and singer Willie Scott, who's played by Kate Capshaw in Short Round, find themselves in a starving Indian village whose inhabitants blame their plight on the loss of these 3 mysterious stones that have brought the village prosperity. Jones vows to return the stolen rocks, which brings him into the likelihood of this is one of my favorite scenes from Indiana Jones, by the way, the Temple of Doom. And how they shot this was magnificent. And that was almost 40 years ago. So that's, and then of course we have Last Crusade, which he teams up with his father, Sean Connery, to go to the Grail. And then one that I think, so you have Kingdom of the Crystal Skull back in 08. Okay, Dr. Henry Jones is called back into action when he becomes entangled with a Soviet plot to uncover the secret behind the mysterious artifacts known as Crystal Skull. And for all those other audiences, The Adventures of the Young Indiana Jones. At the dawn of the 20th century, Indiana Jones, played by Sean Patrick Flaherty, discovered the world. From globetrotting family expeditions as a 9-year-old to the battlefields of World War II as a teenager, Indy's experiences shaped the heroic whip-cracking archaeologist he would become. At every turn, Indy encounters history in the making, meeting true-life activists, soldiers, heroes, writers, and thinkers who help influence the world today. Okay, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the box office. And I think that, with that being said, because don't forget, Dial of Destiny got a very, very lukewarm opening at Cannes. Very lukewarm opening. And I think that this is just trying to get the fervor up, to try and, you put all these on there. You say, oh, you can get a discount for doing that. I mean, and Disney's going to have a really tough month. A really tough month. Because they got Elemental coming out, which is not tracking well right now. And then they have this, which they took a calculated risk, okay, of actually doing. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I think that it's going to be fascinating because don't forget, this last film cost $350 million to make. And we've already seen like a Fast X struggle. I mean, yeah, sure, it's made over 500 billion, 500 million worldwide, but it's struggling. It's struggling. And it's still I really believe this could struggle. So I don't know. And I think that in all honesty, they could have started this earlier. They could have put this on if they had put this on in May, I think they would have actually given themselves a little, doing it over only a month, because you got to wonder this too. How long is it going to be on there? Don't forget what they did with Avatar, right? They took Avatar off, okay, and re-released it in theaters to get you pumped up and ready to go for The Way of Water. And of course it worked because everybody, wanted to see that and everything else. But it's going to be interesting to see how this does. And don't forget, guys, we've got a lot of movies coming out this month. I mean, I'm going to go see Across the Spider-Verse, tonight. We've got Transformers on the 9th. We've got The Flash on the 16th. If any one of these movies takes a tumble, any single one of these movies can just slide right in and make a killing. Okay? That's like if Transformers should bust, if it should not get good tracking numbers, look for Spider-Man to clean up next week. Really interesting though. I love the movies. I think everybody loves the movies. I think it was a calculated risk for them to put it at Cannes, but they had to, right? They had to see what the audience was going to do, because they've had other films premiere there and go, this is really good, and then have them be box office successes. On the flip side, you're seeing that with this, and it's like, I don't know. Anyways, guys, what do you think about the fact that they're putting these on? What do you think about them putting these on? Do you think that it's a good move for them? Do you think it's a bad move for them? Would you have put it on earlier? Leave me your thoughts down in the comments, and I'll get back to everyone.